It's the Indianapolis Colts.
Town, Charlotte, North Carolina at Bank of America Stadium. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Indianapolis Colts and the Carolina Panthers. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, we look at this Panther ball club as they interplay here. They come in losers of 2 straight, so they're trying to right the ship here a little bit.
They're teetering a little bit, aren't they? And now things could really go south if they lose this game, so they understand the importance of playing well and stopping this streak.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Colts, they come into this one knowing it's been a while since tasting victory. They've dropped 4 in a row.
Can they remember what it was like to win a game? In these types of situations, you're looking for someone to inspire you, and it doesn't have to be one of your best players either.
So here are the Panthers now for their opening drive. And here's a look at their leader, standing 6'4".
And he did everything possible to rally his team to a win last week, didn't he? What did he throw for?
Over 450 yards.
I mean, that's a pretty phenomenal performance. So, obviously, he and the offense were clicking pretty well. The other 2/3, though, that comes into question. Defense and special teams, they'll need all of them to play better in this one, too.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Right away, they're going to stack him up right at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the game's first play. And it's 2nd down now.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20-point score gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
42-yard line.
And able to work about 5 yards out of this as he's taken down up near the 47.
The tackle.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
And very little running room there. He did get a couple up to the 49. Pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
That's good for a Carolina Panther.
Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. Defense had a chance to get off the field here in the opening drive, couldn't do it.
I know that we go into these meetings with coaches, and sometimes maybe we can get a little bit numb because they're always going to talk about how important 3rd down is, aren't they? Offense and defense. In this case, one capitalized, and the other, as you said, had a chance to get off the field and didn't get it done.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. And here's another tackle made at the line, so they're converging well on the football now. Back-to-back stops make it 3rd and 10. Maybe I'm wrong, but it looked like even if he had opted to keep that, I don't think there was going to be much to gain.
Seemed like it was perfectly defense. And know what they say? Those guys on the other side, they get paid too.
Here comes the 7th play now of this drive as this is 3rd and 10. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete.
They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
And on their first drive, the offense staying out there. They're going to go for it on 4th. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. A gain of 12 on 4th and 10, just enough for the conversion. And defensively, an opportunity slips away from the 32 now. Here's 1st and 10. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line.
It's a gain of 5.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down.
7-yard line.
From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And he's going to get this pretty close to a 1st down at the Colts 22. After a gain of 5, they'll wind up being about a length of the football short here on 3rd down. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he will have the first before he's brought down right on the chalk of the 20. A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough. If you make the stop there, maybe you hold him to 3 on this opening drive. They didn't get the stop.
Yeah, new set of downs now. Now you're worried about, just as you pointed out, not just giving up 3, possibly giving up 6. Let's see what they decide to do here, because they've got to change up what they have been doing. It hasn't been working.
Right back to him on 1st down. And he's only going to get a yard from the 20 to the 19.
The running back.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
It's been a good opening drive offensively thus far, but you know they don't want to waste it and settle for a field goal attempt after that incomplete. So this is a big play coming up here on 3rd down.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. He'll look to throw, and that will be incomplete.
The pass. Forced to the ground and incomplete.
That's what you're going to need to do against those big receivers. You got to get in there and get physical with them. That time he got in close, got in tight, and knocked the ball away.
They'll look to throw here. This will be caught just inside the 10. And the Panthers are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. A terrific opening drive has them knocking on the door, 1st and goal. They'll try to run this one in, and he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown. A great play there. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Panthers take it right down and score on the opening drive. Now this is a crew that come out flat their last 2 games, both losses, but just judging by the energy level, they look different here early, and that touchdown shows how.
Yeah, it seems to me that touchdown gets them off the treadmill. Because you know, you've been on the treadmill. I've seen you work out. You go forever and ever, and it tells you you've gone somewhere, but you really have. You're in the same spot. They've exchanged it for an escalator. Still got some hills to climb, but they can get there.
These are good analogies. I run outside sometimes, though. You'll get some fresh air, a little sun on your face.
A little wind in there.
Yeah, that's right. So now the Colts will get their first opportunity with a football. At a glance at the man under center at 6'5", he always demands attention.
And what I loved about meeting with him before the game was talking to a guy who takes ownership of his performance. 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions last week, but all he focused on was the loss, okay? And he did say, if I change my stats a little bit, not necessarily for me to look better, but that'll help my team.
A nice-looking play to start the drive down the middle and complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
To Michael.
A good pickup there, 26 yards.
That was a fun one to watch right there. A nice in-breaking route and plenty of room in the middle of the field. And he was able to get behind the linebackers and grab the completion for a really good pickup.
So from Panther territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. They'll run. This is Jonathan Taylor. And they'll get him down here at about the 42.
Number 28, Jonathan Taylor.
These are his numbers from last week's contest. 13 carries, 51 yards.
And well liked by his teammates. In fact, I got on good authority, even though I'm not an investigative reporter, that in their team meeting this week, the offensive line stood up and said, Coach, we've got to have better yardage for this guy. He's number 9 in the league. He's got to be in the top 3 before the season's over. Let's run the ball.
On second down, it's Taylor. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 4 coming up.
But they're certainly not neglecting their run duties as well as they ate up the blockers in front and allowed the secondary to get home.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. Open man is Taylor. He's got it. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. That's good for an Indianapolis first down on a gain of 10. Nice job keeping that opening drive alive, and they're in plus territory, that part of the field where you really want to convert on 3rd down. They did.
Big-time pickup for them, and now I think the aggressive play callers think to themselves, this part of the field, I take my shot at the end zone, because the closer you get to the end zone, the field gets condensed. It makes it a lot tougher to run those routes. You still got a chance to actually run past people right now. Take your shot at the end zone early in the down and distance count.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. The toss here completed to Pittman. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line.
Complete to Michael.
A very solid gain of 27. Pretty solid start for the rookie here on this first drive, Charles.
Able to have some confidence, stepping back into the pocket, move around a little bit, find open receivers, and deliver. That just means his confidence is going to continue to grow because he's getting...
And he held on to it too long. A coverage sack. Down he goes.
Well, there's still time to rectify this situation because the silver lining, they took a sack on 1st and goal. But that close to the goal line, that still definitely hurts.
On 2nd down now, it's Taylor. And he'll take this one down near the 15. A minimal gain as we tick down inside of a minute remaining in the opening quarter.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. What that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Interested to see what they dial up here. 3rd and goal with a lot of green between them and the end zone. Throwing left side here, and it's complete. And he is out of bounds, getting it down to the 10. A 4-yard pickup, not enough. 4th down.
Greg Zerline on for the field goal. A 27-yard attempt.
After 7-0 on EA Sports.
Panthers 7, Colts 0.
And the 11-year veteran bangs it through. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So, yes, it's only 3, but at least they're able to answer back after giving up the touchdown to start the game.
Yeah, I like the observation there because getting some points on the board, very positive for them. Feel a little bit better about things because if you don't score, you potentially have opened the door for them to score again, and then you're down 14.
At their own 17-yard line.
The Panthers coming back out onto the field for their 2nd drive. They had the touchdown on the opening drive of the ball game. It was countered by just a field goal. So, hey, if your guys can do that for 4 quarters, you're in good shape.
Yeah, it is a team game, so that's just good complimentary football. But, you know, I know I'm no brainiac, but you trade 6s for 3s, things are going to work out in your favor. This defense is really flown around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense going to have to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
Well, the 2nd down throw on target. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. A gain of 13. It's a 1st down.
10 of the 28-yard line.
Now a handoff looking right. And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line.
Kenny Moore brought it.
Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
It's now 2nd and 6 at the 33-yard line.
From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on 3rd down?
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Looking middle, and that's complete. And he is going to have a Panthers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Give him 15 there, and the Panthers have a first down.
1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Now they try the right side here. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down. Seemed like a couple sets of eyes were on the quarterback, so he decided, hey, I'm going to hand this off. Got a good gain out of it.
And you know you need good blocking up front in order to gain yardage, but every one of these RPOs, if you do it right and they look the same, whether it's handed off inside or the quarterback keeps it, that allows you to fool the defense so often. And in this case, fooled them with the inside run.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. And to give this time to the tailback. Now 3rd down is looming. A pickup of 2 on first down and just 1 yard there.
We talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
Complete to number 81.
They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. Oh, did he hang on to it? He did on the dive. Nice grab. A gutsy call. Turns out to be a good one, though. First down on a pickup of 11.
Every play is supposed to get a player's best effort. But on 4th down, that really increases the stakes, doesn't it? What about that catch?
Heck of an effort picking up the first.
And now that team has to be motivated going forward. They just saw a great effort there. They want to make sure it pays off.
A gain of 3, 2nd down.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8. Decided to hand it off that time on the run-pass option.
Appeared to be an easy decision. Just gave it inside. Nice steady gain.
Now a handoff looking right. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 7-yard line.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And that'll move him a little closer as he takes it from the 7 down to the 4-yard line.
He was brought down.
The Panthers on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 4. They'll drop the throw. And he's got it. Touchdown, Panthers. From 4 yards out. And the Panthers are able to grow their lead. On those slants, everything happens so quickly. What makes it work?
The timing between the passer and the receiver. In this case, a slant route ordinarily is probably about 3 steps before you go on the slant. In this amount of time, I think it was a 2-step deal. Boom, put his foot in the ground and got inside for the pass.
Got inside for the pass, got inside for the catch and the score. The extra point splits the uprights, and that pushes the lead up to 11. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback.
their own 25-yard line.
Second drive coming up here for the Indianapolis Colts. And a methodical drive last time, but they couldn't get that knockout blow. They had to settle for 3.
But you got to like what they've been doing along the way, right? It's almost like the body blows, the setup punch. As you said, they didn't get the knockout blow here, but that doesn't mean it can't come later in the game on another possession. And the defense on the other side,
maybe a little gas,
yeah,
right?
a little tired. And if nothing else, they just feel relieved getting off field, only giving up 3. They don't exactly feel like they've handled the offense.
And they'll try the jet sweep here. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play. It'll be second down.
Brought down.
Let's just make this one succinct. Nice job there. All 11 guys on defense diagnosing the jet sweep and putting it down.
And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up third down. An incomplete pass on second down. That muddles things a little bit here. This is 3rd and 10.
That's caught by Gabriel Davis.
And they'll get this across the midfield stripe, but still winding up short of the first down. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a 4th down. We've got a 14-3 ball game with 2 minutes left in the opening half. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. So out of bounds on the punt, and the spot will be, the side judge says, right at the 35-yard line here. Carolina getting set to take the field. And they had the touchdown during the last drive, and I'm guessing that you like the balance they had on that last drive.
And I loved it. Forget liking it. Absolutely love what they were doing, because to be ahead of a defense that much, where every play call you have, run or pass, is working pretty well for you.
Makes you look like a genius.
It really does. It also lets you know that your preparation was pretty good, and now the defense has to do all the adjusting.
And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. A big run there, 29 yards. Now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense, as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. And he'll give it here to his running back. DeForest Buckner in on the tackle.
Now that's a mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy's nimble and quick. More than a space eater, he just made a great play there.
Over the middle into traffic, and that's complete. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. Catch number 40 for him on the year. It's a first down.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. His throw caught at about the 5. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. Give him 22 yards, and that's also where they snapped it from, the 22.
And goal to go.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. It'll wind up being a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
At the 2-yard line.
They'll try to run this one in. And he gets halfway there, down to the 1-yard line. And offensively, they'll take the timeout with 6 seconds left in the second quarter.
It's now 3rd and goal.
This Colts D up to the challenge so far, but they need another stop here on 3rd and goal. They'll throw now on the final play. The Colts D sticking to their assignments, and that brings up 4th. The free safety Malik Hooker there in coverage.
It's now 4th down and goal.
And likely time for one final play here in the half, so they will go for it on 4th down. They'll set up to throw. And this will be incomplete. 1 second left to go. They're turned away on 4th and goal. And this Colts defense comes up with a goal line stand. They'll run with Taylor to begin the drive. And he's going to be taken down here as that will lead us to the end of the first half of play. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game.
Okay, all right, Brandon. Thank you very much. Hi again, everyone. Let's get you caught up with what's going on around the NFL as we are officially into the second half of the season. We'll get started over at the Mercedes-Benz Superdome in New Orleans. And those two are tied up as they play the second quarter. From there, we'll head to Cleveland to check on the Browns at home at First Energy Stadium. And they've got the lead over the visiting Houston Texans. Deshaun Watson has thrown a touchdown pass. Finally, let's get to Philadelphia. Check on the Eagles at home at Lincoln Financial Field. And they have the lead in that one over the visiting New England Patriots. The Eagles trying to hold on and claim victory. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a back-and-forth first half. Who can put it together in the second half? For the answer, we turn it back over to our broadcast team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Colts getting the football first, and they trail here as we are back underway in quarter number 3.
And this carries into the end zone. And no fireworks to start the half. This will be a touchback.
Out come the Colts. They'll have it first here to start quarter number 3. They'll come out throwing here on first down. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35. He was held without a catch in the first half, but he's got one here, and he also picks up a first down.
First down, Indianapolis.
They give to Taylor out of the gun. And he'll take this one for about 4 up to the 40.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
2nd and 6.
That's complete to Jonathan Taylor out of the backfield. And the ball is free. Taylor lost it.
And it's picked up by the Panthers. There he goes, right side. And he takes it into the end zone. It's a fumble recovery and a touchdown for the Panthers. The offense, they've had some sloppy moments. Sloppy there again on that one, and it could be the backbreaker.
From a defensive perspective, if the offense is going to be sloppy, you've got to take advantage of that. And that's what they've done all game long.
And it's 21-3.
His kick is good.
The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there. Grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6.
Takes this about 5 yards deep. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return. Now Jonathan Taylor and the Colts offense retake center stage.
Looking for a bounce back. Had the fumble a moment ago that went for a touchdown the other direction. See if he can get back in rhythm.
And you have to be very careful about having too quick of a hook with really good players. I did a guy's game in high school where he fumbled 3 times in the first quarter. Finished with over 300 yards on the night. Later ended up in the NFL. If you've got a talented back, give it back to him.
3 yards the gain there, 2nd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Here's a 2nd and 7. He'll find Taylor. That's complete. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
But they certainly had success throughout this contest, getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another first down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4.
Now this one complete on the slant route. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. It's a first down on a gain of 10.
First down, Colts.
1st and 10, Taylor now. Breaks the tackle, he's got room to run. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 11 more on that one, and another first down.
Despite the score, despite the deficit, no quitting this guy. He's running angry, running through arm tackles. He wants to change what that scoreboard is saying.
Back to Taylor on first down. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. 11 yards there, first down.
Now what we're seeing, this is much better from this offense because so far in this game, no touchdown to this point. And what's usually a direct correlation? Very few explosive plays. That's been their issue. Not able to make that big shot downfield or break one off. But a nice game there for a first down.
10 more there and another first down.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. He'll get this one to Pittman. No gain there on the completion, 2nd and 10.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
No daylight for him to run through there, and he ran into the defensive tackle, and that guy blocks a whole lot of daylight as it is. He is truly a big man who just made a big play.
That's complete, right around the 8. And the Colts are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. They'll look to run with Taylor. And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. Jonathan Taylor, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Colts are able to cut into this lead.
I know the play ends up in the end zone with one person carrying the ball, but how about that big mass of humanity that guided him to that spot?
Yeah, they got there, but I love the dive. Always a fan of the dive. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. From the 6. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line.
1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And on the last drive, they were in field goal range. They just opted not to kick it, didn't get it. How does that change the mentality this go-around?
I don't think it changes much for the head coach because this is what he preaches all the time. Attack at all times in any spot on the field, and he likes touchdowns, not field goals. Now, your field goal kicker, you got to make sure you nurse him through and say, okay, don't worry about it. When we need you, you've got to be ready to go. And the team, of course, loves to see points on the board. So let's see if it changes a little bit if they're in the same spot again.
Yeah, we'll see what the decision is here if they get to that spot. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. space to maneuver at the 40. And he comes back with one complete. And he is going to have a Panthers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Give him 18. It's a Carolina first down.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
They'll look to throw here on first down. Over the middle, it's complete. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
Number 81. It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 46-yard line.
From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And he's going to get this pretty close to a first down at the Colts 39.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
The ball carried by
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, sometimes as a running back, you've got to be able to improvise when the hole's not where you expect it to be. But in this case, there wasn't any improvisation that he could do that was going to work. Kind of like if you're trying to be a comedian on open mic night at the Improv and you run into a tough crowd.
Wide up there, move the chains. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Going to give this time to the tailback. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5 at the Colts 13-yard line.
Back to throw. This is caught. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. A solid pickup of 12 yards, and now they're knocking on the door. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina. A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Panthers, they widen their lead. Trying to bust out of that losing funk, and these fans have to like this. And all right, fellas, this is more like it.
And I know that if this holds up after the game, they're going to give the fans a lot of credit, being at home, getting the support. But you and I both know it goes deeper than that. They had to get it together in their own facility, look each other in the eye and say, okay, what's it going to take to break this losing streak? And they really came together with a good week of practice.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This taken in about 4 yards deep. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. And now Indianapolis set to take the field. It's now appearing that this losing streak is going to continue. You know, the coaching staff was confident that this was going to be the game to stem the tide, but that just has not been the case. Now left side on the swing pass. The completion, but they go in the wrong direction. A loss of yards, and now they're dealing with a 2nd and long. Ball at the 24 and a 2nd and 11. Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. And they're able to get this one across the 35. A gain of 13. It's a first down.
Well, I can put my defensive cap on right now, and I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They've controlled this game throughout, and all they want to do is see it through to the end. I think they let their...
And he fires one that's intercepted.
Picked off around the 41. And they'll start with great field position at the 41-yard line. Defensively that time, they were in zone coverage. As a rookie QB, what lesson can you learn there?
Well, understand this. You saw zone in college, and the defensive backs reacted, but they don't react like they do on this level. So when they're in zone and they see the ball coming to them, they'll react at least a half a second faster. You've got to know where you want to go with the ball and be decisive with it. Otherwise, the end result can be something you don't like.
Charles, you'd said the magic number was probably right around 20 for this defense because they're facing one of the top 5 offenses in the league in terms of points scored. They've had their moments, but this offense just a little too good, isn't it?
They really are, because no matter what you do to make an adjustment on defense, they've got an answer for it.
And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. A gain of 13. It's a first down. And I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another first down. It will. Another example of this offense really having their way, Charles, and another big chunk play there on the ground.
And when you look at the defense, they've got to do a much better job of wrapping up when they tackle. A lot of great opportunities continue to slip through their fingers, as do the runners.
The ball carrier.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. His pass caught at the 4.
And the Panthers are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as the tackle made at the 3-yard line.
That'll give him 60 yards receiving now as he's got a first down. Now back to throw. He's got it for a Panther touchdown. From 3 yards out, and the Panthers add on to their lead. There was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself. No reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. That time a 6-play drive. And Carolina scores to cap it off. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
And this carries into the end zone. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25.
25-yard line.
Here comes the field general leading his offense back out there for the next possession. And that interception that ended their previous drive likely also ended any shot they had at victory.
Yeah, long road back from here, no doubt about that one. But let's face it, if you're going to go out there and compete, you want to try and end on a strong note, don't you?
Absolutely. It won't end in a victory like you said, but they can maybe take something positive out of this one.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there, it's going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. No gain on the screen there. It's 2nd down.
Complete to Jonathan Taylor. No gain on the play. 2nd and 10 at the 46-yard line.
They're going to look to throw. Throwing right, and that's complete. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. The Colts on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. Again, he'll drop to throw.
They'll set up the screen to Taylor.
And this won't be enough. A good secure tackle, and they stop him a few yards shy at the 46. The screen good for 6, but it's not enough as it leads to a 4th down. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running.
And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. Touchdown, Indianapolis.
Touchdown, Indianapolis.
Gabriel Davis.
His 6th touchdown of the season. And the Colts are able to draw a bit closer. Big fourth down conversion for the score, and the defense, that is a tough pill to swallow.
Big time for them. How about them just deciding to go for it on fourth down? And, okay, forget the field goal, because that looked like an easy 3 points. Yeah, you might have had a defensive breakdown in there, but they pressed the issue and found a way to get it into the end zone. Give them big credit for that.
Now they're down big here in the fourth. They had to try the onside kick. Can't fault them for the effort, at least.
No, you can't at all. And if nothing else, now you've put something that you're trying to practice, right, that you've worked on into a game situation, and now you can go back and dissect it. So if you need it again sometime, maybe you'll find a better way to do it. But, yeah, this game's pretty much done for them.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. A gain of 13. It's a first down. This defense, Charles, they have unraveled here in the fourth.
In a sense, it's like they're being pressed, like in a basketball game, and they just can't get the ball over half court. I mean, no matter what they do, they can't get off the field. They can't slow them down. They're just going up and down the field against them. Yeah, unraveling would be a perfect word for them.
10 more there and another first down.
And sometimes things come together exactly like you want. It's not just been the volume of carries he's had in this contest. It's been the production as well.
And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and 10.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Panther football as we welcome you back. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. And a short gain here down to the 22. The second down play not much better than the first. Just a gain of 1 there.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. That is caught right at the 10-yard line. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
1st and goal at the 8-yard line.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown. A great play there. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Panthers add on to their lead.
Well, there's just about a minute left in this game, and they're still taking it into the end zone. And you know they could have taken a knee there, but they decided to play this one all the way out. And I think their philosophy is, we're going to give you everything we've got. If we just go ahead and take a knee now, we're actually showing you disrespect that way, like taking pity on you. They're not about to do that to their opponent.
And they open the lead up now to 25 points. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told. And the capper that put it in the end zone, a run of 8 yards. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Now this will make it into the end zone. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. Now Jonathan Taylor and the Colts offense retake center stage. And as we peer at the numbers, he got off to a struggling start, but since then really found his rhythm.
And I think that comes together with not just the halftime adjustments, but just that quiet confidence. If you just keep doing the things you've been working on, eventually there will be creases. You know, find those gaps in the defense, keep working on them, and maybe what didn't happen very well for you in the beginning of the game, it starts to open up as the game moves on.
Brings up 2nd and 2.
2nd and 2. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass, looked like it was coming together, looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
He'll find his man. That's Taylor again. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds left to go. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. This one caught by Davis. Now the Colts going to burn the second of their timeouts as the clock stops with 23 seconds to go in the game. Back to throw now on first down. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. Now the Colts will use their third and final timeout as they'll stop it with 13 seconds left to play. Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's first and goal. They'll look to throw again. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Able to get there and guys will get the football back.
The Panthers take over first and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. They're in control here as they start first and 10 and appearing to have righted the ship following that two-game losing streak. The Panthers down to a knee out of the victory formation.
Today's final score, Panthers.
Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feel like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for the Panthers, the win means they'll finish the first half at a respectable 5-3. The Atlanta Falcons next week. Meanwhile, for the Colts, they fall 2 games under 500 now at 3-5. And they'll look to regroup next week as they head to Houston to take on the Texans. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.